When the news broke that the presidential jet has been purchased for Mr. President, a new presidential jet, the Senate president said, we have the mandate to actually buy this thing for Mr. President too, because the security of the president is paramount. But the Nigerians said no, including myself. The security of Mr. President is equivalent to the security of the poorest living in Adamawa, living in Zamfara, that have no food to eat, that is not sure if he closes his eyes to sleep, he will wake up the next day, that is not sure of going to school and come back alive because of the banditry activities, Boko Haram, and insurgency as a whole. But then, they went ahead to purchase this presidential jet, and they even denied it at first. Fast forward to 1 or 2 weeks ago. It happened that the Chinese company that had an agreement with Ogun State now started seizing our properties offshore. They went with some of our properties in UK and US, and hence they moved to France. And what happened next? 3 presidential jets seized. Then the new one was now released to Mr. President. Wow. Why didn't they release the old one? Why the new one? And according to them, the federal government, that the president was to meet with Emmanuel Macron, and he demanded for the release of that particular presidential jet. Let's look at this empirically. If you actually, if this were actually seized and the law mandates them to seize them, why is the president demanding that, okay, he needs those presidential jets to, visit Emmanuel Macron? What happened to the one that he used to visit the Equatorial Guinea? Why can't he use that one to visit Emmanuel Macron? We have a lot of presidential jets. And if that has been seized, okay, fine. Because of relationship between them and Nigeria, they said, that's okay, fine. Let's do friendship. Let's not be too strict with the government. And they released that presidential jet. Now, the story now is this. The president flew to France to see Mr. Emmanuel Macron, the president of France. And upon reaching there, after having the meeting that he intended to, he came back to Nigeria and sworn in the Chief Justice of Nigeria, new Chief Justice in acting capacity, and flew back to France. Problem. Number one problem here is this. Remember, during the Yar'Adua Jonathan administration, we had this back and forth with Yar'Adua's health situation, of which it resurfaced during Buhari's administration, it resurfaced during Tinubu's campaign, and even when he was inaugurated, a lot of allegations to his health status. And here we are again, talking about the president going to France for an official visit, and he went there, came back, sworn in CJN, and flew back to France. What is he going to France for the second trip? Why didn't he mandate that duty to the vice president? Why is he the one coming back to swear in the acting Chief Justice of the Federation? This speaks volume, and many begin to say, wait, could it be that he has to meet with his medical doctors? Could it be that he has unfinished business with the French government or Emmanuel Macron? For how long? He went on Monday or Tuesday, about this week that just ended today. So for a whole day, is it that he's meeting the president every day, or maybe he's meeting some other top government officials? Don't forget that in September, he will be going for UN meeting, and here we are in France. And some people already asked a question. Is the office of the vice president now vacant in Nigeria? That is what many are saying. And this is one of the reasons why Nigerians troop in their mass to protest from 1st to 10th of August. And because of the cost of governance in Nigeria, because he flew all the way to France in order to see Emmanuel Macron under taxpayers' money. And they are demanding for cuts of, governance, reduce the cost of governance. So he could have just delegated that to someone else and then go ahead to do whatever he wants to do in France and return back when he ought to return. But these 2 trips will cost Nigeria huge millions in naira, probably in dollars. However, let's have this conversation at the comment section. Is the behavior of Mr. President or the presidency right to do what they just did? Some say that he has neglected the office of the vice president. And some even say that, oh, no wonder the vice president has been speaking good of the president recently, saying that he dressed perfect. He have a better house than Mr. President. He owns this than Mr. President. He did that than Mr. President. What is that? Is it that there is one button being pushed that to prove to Mr. President that he is 100% loyal to him? Some may even be having this thought that we saw the protests in August, early August, which many believe is a civilian coup, and some people are trying to topple the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Could that be the reason why he never gave power to Shetima and mandate Shetima to do that function while he's off Nigeria? The behavior is now sparking a lot of question, and people will begin to think. And one of the problems with this APC-led government since 2015 is that lack of communication left the vacuum and made people to think and even spread news that are not real. What I'm actually saying is that this is the thoughts of what I have read across social media, what some people are saying, what they are thinking, and my own thoughts, asking questions. Could it be this or that? And the government need to explain this expressly to Nigeria. Remember, presidential jet was bought. What do you make of this? Remember, politicians don't really care about you but their personal interests. So while defending them, put that into consideration. Thank you for watching.